If you're like most people, you probably find yourself poorly motivated to do challenging stuff, and instead prefer to do easier things that bring immediate pleasure. The trouble is, those things we find challenging and consequently feel very little motivation to do are often the productive things that we should be doing. On the other hand, the easy things we enjoy doing are things we could do without, which add little or no value to our productivity. Yet we spend most of our time on them and neglect the tougher stuff we should be doing. This harms our productivity and growth and should be cut out. In this video, I'll show you just how to trick your brain into enjoying difficult tasks and, as such, improve your productivity through the process called dopamine detox. Dopamine is a chemical released in the brain. Dopamine can give feelings of pleasure or reward. In turn, we desire to release dopamine by engaging in activities that bring us a fleeting sense of pleasure or reward. This can often mean watching TV, binge eating, among other activities. The general trend is that these activities promise to give us momentary pleasure by causing dopamine. We desire that pleasure, so we often spend a lot of time on these activities, which are usually unproductive at the expense of more productive but more challenging stuff like studying, working, and other activities that do not typically cause a lot of pleasure due to low dopamine. The problem becomes immediately apparent. We are in the danger of totally slacking off. How do we solve this? In comes a dopamine detox to the rescue. Dopamine detox is a smart way to trick your brain into enjoying hard stuff with the intended benefit that since you now enjoy doing hard but productive stuff, you are now more motivated to do them, and consequently, your productivity is boosted, and you waste less time on unproductive activities. We don't have unlimited time at our disposal, so the little time we do have should not be wasted being unproductive. So how does dopamine detox work exactly? In brief, this is it. You fast or starve yourself of dopamine for a period. After a while, in the state of dopamine hunger, anything that brings dopamine, even the ones that generate only little amounts of it, such as studying and working among others, suddenly become desirable options. This is in contrast to your previous state, where the high influx of dopamine due to your engaging in high-level dopamine releasing activities led you to a condition described as dopamine tolerance, where only activities that instantly release very high amounts of dopamine can please you and generate motivation. As we all know, actually productive activities are not often high-pleasure activities. So, there. Dopamine detox helps you get past the motivation barrier by lowering the pleasure bar so low that even low dopamine-releasing activities, which are typically hard but productive, can cross it. How do you do dopamine detox? You make a conscious effort to stay away from typical activities that bring a lot of effortless pleasure. These include staying away from social media, pornography, binge eating, staying glued to the TV, among other effortlessly pleasurable but generally unproductive activities. You can make a schedule to decide the days or periods when you do this, or you can turn it into a more consistent habit. The free time that results from staying away from these very pleasurable but unproductive activities can then be channeled towards more challenging and more productive things. This gets easier to do as you go on. The overall effect is that you regain control of yourself from the addictive, unproductive, high dopamine releasing behaviors and become a more productive person. Have you used the method of dopamine detox to cut bad habits and build your productivity up? Let us know how you went about it in the comments. Also, show some love by liking this video and subscribing for other great content.